What's up, Warrior Nation? Welcome to the first ever edition of the Friday Show. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Chase Ferguson, our student body senior class president. Now let's get right into it. We have a great show lined up for you all today, as our crew has done an outstanding job venturing out to the school community. First, to the wonderful world of sports, with the help of Coach Fisher and the football team and their noble cause to tackle cancer. Next, we'll dive right into the investigation of the importance of wearing your IDs at school. Then, we'll take a trip over to the admin side to check in on the status of our not really new administrator, but new position and school principal, Mr. Betts. Lastly, we've got some big changes to the school, right in time to ring in a new decade. To kick things off, no pun intended, our Warrior football program has done more than just get ready for a great football season. They have also teamed up with our good friends at Riley Children's Hospital to raise awareness and tackle childhood cancer. Eli Bowie and Nathan Cavallari have more on this amazing story.
Whiteland football has been on the grind all summer to prepare for their upcoming season. However, this year, Coach Fisher not only wants to win on the field, but he wants to win in the community.
We're very fortunate that we coach football and play football in a town where football is really important. It's important to our parents, it's important to our school, it's important to our students, our faculty, everybody else. It's important. Not everybody gets to play in a place where football is important, and we're fortunate because we do that. Let's pass that on to somebody else that's a little less fortunate.
The Tackle Cancer Initiative was introduced to Coach Fisher during a board meeting for the Indiana Football Coaches Association.
We had a presentation last winter at our board of directors meeting from one of our members. His son, unfortunately, died as an infant from cancer. And the reason he died was that there's different kinds of childhood cancer, obviously, but when they're little, it's hard to give them the full-blown test. So all they do is just give little babies chemo. And the chemo isn't the right thing to do for every form of cancer. His goal is to never have that happen again so that they can develop the childhood cancer tests.
Coach Fisher already has a game plan to help donate to this initiative.
Everybody's going to buy a football t-shirt. Every year we've sold them. We've sold 500 of them, and we've always used the money for different charities.
Coach Fisher wants to paint the stands blue with the cancer awareness t-shirts.
I'm hoping that every student, every teacher, every parent, will buy the $15 t-shirt, which we're going to, after we pay for the shirts, obviously, we're going to donate every nickel to that fund. And I think our chance to show how unified we are as a school and as a town and as a community.
Coach Fisher emphasized that this season, one of Whiteland football's main goals is to tackle cancer. But how can the individual players themselves push for the unity in our community?
So he came to us about a few weeks ago, and he talked to us about the cause of it and the t-shirts and stuff, what they wanted to look like.
The Tackle Cancer Initiative is more than just raising money for a cause. It's about the experience.
I mean, if anything, playing for a cause like that is probably one of the coolest things ever, Not a lot of people get an experience like that, and town loves the football. So.
Whiteland Warrior football is doing more than playing football this season. They're fighting cancer. Go down to Mr. Loudermilk's room and buy your football cancer t-shirt for $15. I'm Eli with Nathan and Josh on the football field. Warrior TV News.
Awesome job, guys, and thanks to all of those who have donated by purchasing a t-shirt. As a matter of fact, there, that's more like it. I've got my t-shirt. Do you have yours? You can still get your t-shirt today and all of next week for only $15, and all money made here is donated for the cause. Up next is a story we should all be too familiar with, but with so much pushback from us students, we have to cover it. That's right, wearing our lanyards with our IDs is extremely important and something we must get accustomed to. Hunter Ernest and Tyler Madsen have more on why this is crucial to the school community.
Lanyards have been a controversial addition to WCHS, with the students not understanding why they need them. Warrior TV News goes to the front office with the new assistant principal, Mr. Lyons, to get a better understanding on the importance of lanyards.
We're implementing our lanyard policy this year. We want to make sure that all students have their lanyards with their school ID on at all times. The number one reason is for safety and security, and part of creating a safe and secure environment is making sure that we can identify all people at all times, so you will see all staff and students wearing their lanyards with the ID. Every morning, your first period on an orange day or your second period on a blue day, those teachers are going to be checking for the ID. If you don't have the ID, then you get a sticker, and that will be a level 1. If this becomes a repeated offense, that's when we up it up to a level 2 because you're becoming insubordinate. A quick way to go to a level 2 though is if a teacher is trying to give you one of those stickers and you refuse that. When you refuse that, you're automatically becoming insubordinate and you'll be up to a level 2. Everyone needs to wear one. You're going to see myself, Mr. Betts, the entire administration, all of our teachers. We're going to be wearing these IDs. Again, for safety and security purposes, we just want to create the safest and most secure environment for everyone in our school, and we believe a great way to do that initially is through the ID system. Thank you.
After talking to Mr. Lyons about lanyards, we go to the students to get their opinions on the lanyard policy.
I mean, I don't really like them. They kind of just like mess with my sweat.
Very important. It builds character and helps you prepare for any future job where you might need to remember something on a daily basis, and lanyards are good for that.
You know, personally, I believe that these things are absolutely unnecessary.
After talking to the staff and students about the new lanyard policy, there's no point in trying to get away with them because they're going to be even stricter on them this year. This is Tyler with Hunter outside the main office, Warrior TV News.
There you have it. I couldn't say it more plainly myself, Warriors. Let's wear our IDs and all will take care of itself. Moving right along into our next feature story comes a tale of a new principal who saved Whiteland. Okay, a little dramatic for TV, but we all know him, and if you don't, get to. Mr. Betts has been around Whiteland for quite some time, and after accepting the new principal position right here at good old WCHS, I can't wait to see all of the great stuff he's going to start doing for the school community. Cameron Neffel and Michael Powell, the floor is yours.
With the start of the new school year underway, Warrior TV goes to students, teachers, and Mr. Betts to discuss how having a new principal has affected the school environment.
I was actually on the interview committee whenever he came in as the assistant principal. So it's kind of like seeing him kind of go through the ranks. He's really kind of become just kind of like a member of the community of our work family. As far as changes in staff, I mean, we feel like he legitimately cares. He's one that wants to take care of his staff, his students, and those types of things. It feels like a family environment, and I think that a lot of us respond really well to that.
I am the vice president, so I help run student council with my fellow officers.
Lane Stevenson goes on to share his experience with Mr. Betts.
Simply during the convocations, Betts simply felt to me as if he was trying to connect more with us rather than just being our principal.
After talking with students and teachers, Warrior TV goes to Mr. Betts himself to talk about his past experience and his future plans for WCHS.
I'm starting my 5th year, first year as principal and 4 as the associate principal. I started my teaching career out at Franklin Community Middle School, and I coached high school football and high school track as well. 7th and 8th grade social studies for 7 or 8 years, I believe. Wanted to get some high school experience and was hired on at Center Grove High School, and I was there for a little over 3 years, and then here at Whiteland after that.
I mean, he's only gotten better. I mean, as he's gotten in here, and I mean, obviously going from where he was at Center Grove and coming into a whole new building, new teachers, new clientele with the students, and getting to know everybody. It's a learning curve, and I mean, it would be for anybody in that position.
Being a principal before, even though it was at a small school, just knowing what goes into it. Obviously going to a larger school, it's a much bigger task. I hope the influence that I have is that I bring a positive energy to students and staff. It's not always an easy thing. You have bad days, and you want to come in and you want to, things have not gone right in your life. I feel it's my job to come in and have that positive attitude and that positive energy for students and staff and be available to them as much as I can, and to hopefully influence our culture in that way here at Whiteland Community High School.
Warrior TV asks how he plans to keep this positive momentum going through the year.
I don't know, and I feel like that's okay to say you don't know. Hopefully we're going to work on that together with staff through the committees that we have that work to figure out ways to do stuff for students and community and for each other, and working with student government and different student groups to figure out what are ways we can keep that energy going here and making sure we're building on that momentum and building positive ways for you guys to, as students, to affect the school climate, but also our community's climate. And it kind of all starts, I think, with you guys, and we can make a huge impact on the way things are done in Whiteland not only the high school but our community as well, and hopefully in a really positive way.
Warrior TV asked Mr. Betts about a topic on everyone's mind: lunch. Specifically, his involvements with the new items in the lunchroom.
I found out about them when you guys did, and I like lunch, so I'm going to try them as well, and we'll see how they go. And I'm sure feedback from you guys is going to be wanted so that they know if you guys like them or not, and I'm sure if they're a hit, then we'll keep going with them.
Like this school year is off in good hands. Outside Mr. Betts' classroom, I'm Michael, here with Cameron, Warrior TV News.
It's going to be a good year.
Wow, already doing what's best for the school, which includes turning down some of my ideas, but hey, you win some and you lose some. Congrats, Mr. Betts, we love you. I'm so pumped for this year. I just can't take it. We have fall sports already in full swing. I get to host the first ever Friday show, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. We get to make some great memories ringing in a brand new decade. Speaking of a brand new decade, we've seen a lot of changes going on, and it's only been 2 weeks. Lindsay Foster, Dennis Harvat, what else could possibly be going on?
Hi, I'm Dennis, here with Lindsay Foster from Warrior TV News, and we're going to get some insight on some new school changes such as block scheduling, no more I-STEP, foreign language being in the North Building, and longer passing periods.
Block scheduling, wasn't just me that started it. Look at things that we do here and how can we do things a little better for students and for staff. Just trying to make it a smoother day for everyone involved. And we've been working things that students don't know behind the scenes as staff to work towards being prepared to teach you guys in that block schedule as well for about a year or two to make sure we as teachers and staff are ready to work with you guys there too. So it looks like it started today, but it's actually been this week, but it's been going on behind the scenes for longer than that.
I like block scheduling because we only have 4 classes a day, and for me, I'm a procrastinator, and it's bad, and I'm working on it, but homework and stuff, it also gives more time to do stuff in class that last year's and previous years we wouldn't be able to.
I personally really like block scheduling. One, just because less classes each day, you kind of get to just focus on each class more during the day, and also I like that teachers can do more activities and just do more in each class period since we have so much time.
Speaking of time, Warrior TV News goes to the students and staff of WCHS to learn your opinion on the 10-minute passing period.
You guys have more than enough time to get to your classes. I think it's great. It makes sense for you guys because you need that little bit of a breather. Because there's that 10-minute passing period, it kind of helps to break up the day a bit more so you can talk to your friends and just take a breath, or maybe just sit in silence and not have to deal with anyone, because that's how I feel sometimes, and that's fine.
I think it's a 10 out of 10.
Next up, we have some information that may be surprising to you. Sophomores don't have to take I-STEP this year.
Sophomores don't have to. I didn't know that. I don't?
No, you don't. But we're sure here at Warrior TV that I-STEP will end up being replaced by another standardized test. While we're on the topic of replacing, Warrior TV gets some insight on your opinion on the foreign language classes being moved to the 9 building.
I like it because over there last year it was just science and math, and now it gives the hallways more and more room for stuff in here, and it's enjoyable.
One of the things is it cuts down on transitions for you guys. You don't have to go back and forth as many times with fewer classes during the day. We're also able to take our lunches and only have 4 lunches, and they're not combining and crossing over and students traveling all over the place.
One major change that I do like is that we now have the cafeteria just in the cafeteria, because it's kind of weird with having the desks outside and inside. Yeah.
I'm Dennis Harvat, here with Lindsay Foster at the main building of WCHS.
So in conclusion, the new block schedule is a 5 out of 5 stars. 10-minute passing periods, 5 out of 5. Another 5 out of 5. Tables all in the cafeteria. But foreign languages being in the other building, that's a solid 3 out of 5 stars.
Just incredible! Well, that's all we have for you on this week's first ever edition of the Friday Show. I hope you've all enjoyed seeing all of the great momentum we're building here so far for the school year. We'll see you next Friday. Have a great weekend, Warrior Nation, and go Warriors!